So Avengers Doomsday comes out next year, and the big question is, can Marvel overcome Marvel fatigue and superhero fatigue for that matter? But are those actually real things? Now, like everything else in the country, superheroes have also become political, and the right thinks that Marvel's failed because they became too woke. This then translates into how the left sees it, in that racism and misogyny come into play with the right's rejection of these new characters. With Captain Marvel, the new Black Panther, and Shang-Chi not doing as good as expected, this might in fact be right. It's definitely a factor, I just don't think it's the biggest factor, among the biggest factors. See, in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, Captain Marvel just comes out of nowhere. She clearly could have defeated Thanos by herself, so they had to come up with some lame excuse. In a similar way, the Eternals were also these all-powerful beings that apparently didn't want to bother with Thanos. Even Thor at times, like in Love and Thunder, just goes over the top. I once heard it said that we come for the spectacle, but we stay for the humanity. That the superpowers are just the setting, and the human struggle is the story. Spider-Man was a nerdy high school kid. Batman's a billionaire overcoming mental anguish. Superman grew up on a farm in a small town, and Captain America was a small kid from Brooklyn. These are stories that we fall in love with because they're tied to humanity and because we know the characters. The Dark Knight is unquestionably the best superhero trilogy, mostly because Christopher Nolan is an incredible director, but also because they were real and gritty. We could relate to these characters, including the villains, in some way. Now, I'm sure Avengers Doomsday is going to be good. It's Disney. But we're now in this world of weird quantum realms, multiverse, madness, and all-powerful beings. To make someone like Captain America fit into this is a huge stretch, because it's not a comic book. These are real characters on the screen. That's why the theatrical MCU and DCUs have to be so much different than the comic books. James Gunn has got a real opportunity, and it showed in Superman. And superhero movies are here to stay. But the best ones are gonna be where there's a well-known character that we can relate to. We want to see someone overcome obstacles and fight for the little guy, not just defeating giant CGI monsters. So if Marvel or DC were to ever listen to some idiot like me, I would say, come back to Earth.